Lakers' best assets. And I grabbed this off of Hoops Hype. I'm not sure if they grabbed this somewhere else, but according to rival scouts and executives, the Lakers' best assets minus Reeves. I don't know why they put minus Reeves there. I don't know why you would not put Reeves there. No. One of the best asset that the Lakers have is Reeves. It is. According to scouts, rival scouts executive, the Lakers' best assets are their 2031 first-round pick, second-year wing Dalton Knecht, and a bunch of expiring contracts. I'm going to read a couple things from here. Some combination of them would be a must in any deal the team would make for a center. The expiring contracts they have, if I remember them all off the top of my head, Rui Hachimura is an expiring contract. Gabe Vincent is an expiring contract. Maxi Kleba is an expiring contract. So you got a few contracts in there. Some combination of them would be a must in any deal the team would make for a center. And then they talk about Indiana center Miles Turner is set to be a free agent, but he was already out of the Lakers' price range before the Pacers' current run to the Eastern Conference. That price range obviously is only going up. Brook Lopez is 37 and already had a one-year stint with the Lakers. Clint Capella could be an option depending on how the market reacts, but there are questions around the league about whether he's still a full-time starter. Assets that the Lakers have. If you're going to talk about assets, you got to talk about Austin Reeves. I don't want to hear anything about, Austin Reeves not being a part of a potential asset for the Lakers to improve the roster. But the topic is not about Austin Reeves. The topic is about Dalton Knecht. What do you guys think about Dalton Knecht? There's been so much attention that's gone towards all these other players. There's been so much attention that is focused on Luka and it's focused on Bron and it's Austin Reeves and JJ Redick and this. I think, lost. You guys remember early in the season? I'm not kidding. Some of the videos that I feel like people were most hyped up about was Dalton Knecht. Early in the season, when this dude kind of came out the game, remember when Lakers got him, they drafted him number 17, and a lot of people were like, oh my God, I can't believe this dude fell at number 17. A lot of people were excited about it. A lot of people were saying to themselves, like, Lakers got the steal of the draft. I heard some people saying, all these other idiot GMs that didn't draft Dalton Knecht, and he fell to the Lakers. He comes out the gate. He had some monster games. Dalton Knecht had some monster games. I know there's one game he hit 9 threes. I know there's another game he had 35, 37 points, something along those lines. And then things got really quiet for Dalton. He went a couple months where he was struggling, couldn't find a shot, lost more time from the rotation. Hey, it happens. You're a rookie. Nobody's going to be in a position where you're playing perfect ball as a rookie. But then, we all know what happens. He's part of a trade, and the trade doesn't happen, and he comes back. And I'm sure there's a piece of him that thought when he was getting traded, like, I'm about to get some real minutes in Charlotte. Comes back to the Lakers. That's not the case. And then they really didn't use him after that. Certainly didn't have value sitting there in the playoffs. I think he has value in the league. It's going to be a very interesting summer for him because I think it's just assumed Dalton Knecht is just going to be a trade piece that's used and he's gone. And, what would it look like if the one issue with the Lakers, and I think this just kind of goes with the team and the squad and the organization, things are never allowed to marinate. You can't just allow things to marinate. For the Lakers, everything is like, got to win now, got to win now, got to win now. And I think in the process of trying to win now, you really kill any sustainability. You really kill any building. I use the topic that I had with LeBron. There's such wild swings of where your team is. And I get it. It's the Lakers, so there is pressure. I think Lakers get a little bit of a bad rap. I think Laker fans get a bad rap. I'll tell you what I mean by that. They get a bad rap because everyone always says, "Oh, they're unappreciative and they think they're supposed to win a championship every year." Okay, I get it. I see where that comes from. But I think if you had a product that Laker fans are like, "All right, it's not going to be this year, but damn, we're going to be pretty good in 2 to 3 years." And you could see it coming. And there's just like this slow development of where it's going to. I think Laker fans would be like, okay, this is interesting where it's going. Don't get me wrong. I know there's going to be Laker fans say, trade the whole farm, go get that player. I get it. That's kind of been how the Lakers have operated. I don't think Dalton Knecht's going to be a Laker. I think there's a good chance by the time this summer's done, that 2031 pick is gone. Dalton Knecht is gone. They already traded both of those and got him back because of the rescinded trade. So obviously they're not worried about doing it. But the Knecht piece to me is just kind of another example of the zero amount of patience that anybody has to try to let something marinate. And I'm not disagreeing that they shouldn't do that. But do you guys remember early in the season, Dalton Knecht, that dude was getting crazy love and he was balling out. And then it was like, don't touch this guy, let this guy develop, all that other stuff. Obviously, all that went away. But that man had a moment in the season where he was phenomenal. And now the only conversation that we're going to have about him is he's got to go. Let me look at a couple of the comments here. I'm just curious to see if, what Laker fans think about Dalton Knecht. But I'm telling you, some of the videos I was posting early in the season, some of the most interactive videos that I was getting was on Dalton Knecht. I'm like, what the hell just happened here? Lakers got LeBron, AD, Max Christie, all these other guys. I remember being at a game early in the season, and Max Christie and Dalton Knecht were both warming up. And sometimes, I'll take some video of one of these players, I'll put them on social. And it was like Max Christie, who was not playing well at that time. It was like, Max, can you get out of the way? You're in my Dalton shot. Like that's how well Dalton Knecht was playing. That's how good Dalton Knecht was early in the season. And I think now it's just kind of a matter of time until he's gone. I do think there were some people that did not like that Dalton Knecht didn't get playing time in the playoffs. I think there were some people that were not crazy about Dalton Knecht or JJ Redick not finding opportunities for him. I get that. Like I think there's a little bit of that. I just my hesitation on that was, if you think Dalton Knecht's going to come save you in the playoffs versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, then your squad's got some real problems. I blame JJ for the Knecht hype. He kept saying he was the steal of the draft. But a lot of people kept saying that. That wasn't just, JJ saying that. I think a lot of people said that. Dalton started missing, and he was dead to them. Yeah, a little bit of that. Let's see. Feels like Knecht barbecue chicken on defense. I think that's what you're trying to say there. Dalton will rise elsewhere. Yeah, I think sometimes, honestly, you get into a situation in a predicament where all of a sudden you're on the Lakers and the cameras are on you. That's why I wonder if there was a part of him that thought, hey, I'm going to Charlotte. This might be a good thing for me to go to Charlotte. Let me get under the radar and let me just work on my game. That's almost impossible to do as a young Laker. All right, thank you very much for watching the clip. Just want to give a shout out here to one of our partners, the Wallace Firm. They are official injury attorney of the Sliwa Show and Hoops Talk, the entire channel. If you are ever in a need, and I hope you're not, but some type of serious injury with yourself or a family member of yours, I would like to personally help you by introducing you to the best in the business, Brad Wallace and the Wallace Firm. Also got a URL out here that you can use as well. Just go to wallacewins.com/Sliwa. Thank you for their partnership, and thank you for being a part of the Sliwa Show.